start with pledge allegiance. Stand if you're able, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call order roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Arndt.
Councilperson Brett Byer.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Jeremiah Wilson.
All right. We'll be looking for approval of tonight's agenda. Any additions from the table?
Should be good from this end.
Anybody got anything here?
I'll make a motion to approve agenda.
No, you know, I didn't change something.
I know you did.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that carries. Approval of council meeting minutes of February 13th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second that.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that carries. Take us to finance and budget. You got the accounts payable with the additional listing there. If you have any questions, we can ask Finance Director Carla.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. That'll take us into motions to general business. The first item on the general business tonight is a public hearing for an easement vacation on 905 North Main Street. Staff has been working with Dairy Queen owners Ryan and Ashley Mosh on their expansion project. In order for the expansion to work on the site, the city agreed to relocating the easement over the sanitary sewer that runs through the property. They have paid for locating the exact position of the line to establish the new easement. The location of the existing easement will be recorded along with the new one. So I'm gonna close the regular meeting, open the public hearing. Do we got any written or oral comments?
We have not.
Do we have anybody here that wants to make a comment? Do we have anyone at this table that has a question or wants to make a comment?
That's, obviously, it's not gonna affect the main sewer, the sanitary line.
No, it just
Okay.
moved over, the easement just moved over to accommodate the placement of the new addition on the building.
We actually moved the easement to center the easement above the actual sewer pipe.
So it's right.
So it's in better shape.
So it's in a better
That's probably
position.
better.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing then. Back to the regular meeting. So the council action requested on this one is to approve resolution 2024 a resolution vacating a sanitary sewer easement. Do we have a motion?
I can make that motion.
Do I gotta put it in the legal description? We got a motion from Brent, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We got 2 seconds to tie. We got a second and a third. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next one is 2024 CIP project, resolution awarding the contract. City has advertised for bids for the CIP project that includes Bird Boulevard Southeast, Teresa Court Southeast, Highland Court Southeast, and 5th Street Southeast. Bid letting was February 21st, 2024. We were very lucky and fortunate. There were 7 contractors that bid on this project. The city used conventional bidding, low bidding method for this project. As you can see, the 7 contractors are listed from low to high. We have investigated, and Snow Contracting LLC was the low bidder. We've investigated the qualifications of Snow Contracting LLC and find that they have sufficient understanding of the project and equipment to perform the construction for which it bid. Staff is recommending the project be awarded to Snow Contracting LLC with an alternate bid for trenchless construction in between the cul-de-sacs in the amount of $2,044,169.91, which compares favorably with the engineer's estimate that is shown above. So, any questions or discussions for our engineer, our staff, or anybody?
Where is snow based out of?
Byron.
There. This is the first time we've worked with this.
Yes.
What's that center line for, that there's such a big gap between the total alternate bid?
I mean, why is
What is
there
it?
such a variance?
Yeah, what is it?
The alternate bid is the boring, they have a choice between digging
Okay.
the line in
Yeah.
or boring, or bursting the
So
water line.
the base bid was to open trench it, and the alternate was to, instead of open trenching that portion in the backyards, to pipe burst it.
Yeah.
And we put bid items in there that would remove certain portions of it, like we'd have to remove less trees and less driveways and everything. And the contractors were able to award the price to their preference. So, snow, is showing that they're favorable for the pipe bursting.
Any other questions? Jeremiah, you look like you got something right there at the tip of your tongue.
No, I was just, the only thing I was thinking was, like, what is the,
Well, you were wondering about the bursting too.
under, yeah, trenchless,
It's $12,000 cheaper to burst than it is if they open trench it.
right, just because it.
Plus it'll be
Stuff out.
less disruptive with the backyards, with the fences and the trees and stuff back there, so it would save on that stuff also.
So
There is-
easier and cheaper sounds a lot better to me.
There is a point where they're gonna have to excavate because the two lines, or the line isn't straight. So wherever you have a bend, when you're pipe bursting and everything, you have to do a pit, but it's like one pit where you would put in a manhole, but really they're putting in equipment to be able to do the work instead of digging the hole in.
Both properties that this interferes with have extensively long driveways, concrete, so it doesn't disrupt as near as much concrete, and that's why it's coming in cheaper to do it. A lot of the reason.
This is different than one of those machines, like the gas company, this is,
They pull right
This
through the old
is-
line and lay the old line
Yeah.
open.
This isn't boring, it's, what they do is they go down and they cut open the existing line. And they put a rod down through it, and then they have to put a hydraulic machine down. And that connects to the rod and it pulls the pipe through, but they put a head on top of it, and this particular head will have cutters to be able to cut the ductile iron out of place, and then they hydraulically cut and pull in a new pipe at the same time. So it cuts it, pushes it out of the way, and pulls a new one in.
Sounds pretty sexy, don't it?
yeah, it does.
So I'll let you know when it's happening.
No, I wanna see this actually happen, it sounds cool.
So it takes some prep work to be able to get it done, but when you don't have to disturb so much, especially so much that's already developed, and you have a straight line to go through, it works out.
Any other questions? I've had done my own extensive background checking on this company. I've had hours and hours of discussion with Jenna about it. She's agreed to ignore me. But no, I think we've got a good guy coming to do it. We're gonna see what he can do. So, with that being said, council action be to approve resolution 2024 resolution receiving bids and awarding contract to snow contracting for the 2024 CIP project. We have a motion,
I'll make the motion to
we have a second,
Second.
all in favor say aye,
Aye.
opposed, that carries. Let them know, Jenna.
Jenna, one more thing, if the weather stays like this, are they starting early? Is there any talk?
Let's get our contract signed first before we discuss that.
I would say we're way too early to be talking about early start right now.
Well, from a city standpoint, we're fine with them starting not after school's out like we've done in the past. Last couple of years, we've been going earlier.
Yes.
So, but last year we got going a little too early, and we had lines freezing and stuff like that,
Right.
so.
Well, this is way too early to get ants in your pants yet.
And we don't know what the contractor, he might have other jobs he's finishing up, might not be able to start it.
Is he gonna get cold tonight? Alright, That being said, next item. Engineer tech, approval of Dylan, is it Coach, Koch?
Cook,
Cook. Wow. Wow,
strike three.
can't get them all right. Personnel committee, along with city administrator Schimmel and public works director Hale, interviewed applicants for the engineer tech position. They are recommending Dylan at pay grade 14, step 4. Council action requested would be to approve the hiring of Dylan Cook for the engineer tech position. Questions or discussion?
When was he planning to start?
It's 13th of March.
15 of March. Any questions? Are we looking for a motion?
Move to approve.
Move to approve the hiring comes from Jeremiah. Do we have a second?
Second that.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That'll carry. Next item, personnel policy. Approval of policy update. Personnel committee reviewed the following changes, clarifications via email, and recommending approval. Below is a summary of these changes. There's some flex time verbiage change for the engineer tech job because of all the overtime he's gonna be, or extra hours he's gonna be getting in the summer, taking care of stuff, so we're working some of that out. Remove section 4, physical examinations. CDL drivers will still be required to get drug tests and examinations. Details and clarification changes are read, the attached personnel and policy document is attached. I hope you all read through it. So, is there any questions? None? I had mine answered already. Thank you, staff. So council action requested is to adopt the updated language on resolution 78-14A, a resolution establishing let me take that back, let me start over. To adopt the updated language on resolution 78-14, a resolution establishing a personnel policy for the city of Stewartville, Minnesota. See what happens when you take a week off, you just get all out of whack, you can't get nothing. That's why I don't like vacations. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Jeremiah, something looks like it's puzzling you. Do you have a question? No. Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That will also carry. That takes us right in to mayor's staff and consultant reports. Mayor's report tonight. Mayor would like to say, what, did I miss something? Oh.
Jeremiah was perplexed because you actually took a vacation. As were we all.
I perplexed myself also. We'd like to send our sympathies out to the families of Reverend Greg Havel, Carter Taylor, Jerry Chase, Al Everman, Catherine Russell, Joan Kuhlman, and Clem Siebert. And don't forget the Justin Kine Memorial Bowling Tournament will be held this Saturday. So check out the Stewartville Star, it has all the details in it. It's always a good time. The Stewartville Sportsman Club will be holding their wild game feed on Saturday, March 16th. I'm castrating cattle on the 13th one. I am. Thank you, big thank you
There you go.
to Deputy Justin Castle and the Olmsted County Sheriff's OFC for hosting the Community Awareness Night last week. Thank you, Justin. I hope you got through to some of our parents and students.
Wasn't my choice.
Well, I'm sure you did an excellent job of it, like everything else you've done for us so far, so I'm glad you were there. Let's give him a big round of applause. That's all I got. That takes us to the city administrator's report. Bill, what do you got for us?
Alrighty, reports in your packet. I guess you could say we had a good meeting on that first item.
We did this one.
Visiting with the Senior Citizen Center and just trying to explain the layout of our planning. And then the other item, we would need either some or all of you to attend a joint meeting with High Forest Township. You know, we're trying to work together with them on figuring out funding and prorating it and who's helping who and how we can hopefully all work together. So they have the opportunity, they threw out a first date to meet as that March 6th, but it's not till late, 8:30. So you're all invited, but I at least need one of you to go with me to it. But if you can all go, then that'd be great. So. And that's gonna be at the fire hall, following their, they have a regular board meeting that night. So. And then we'll post it so that you're all covered, if it works into your schedule, so. And it's just the one item. Mayor and I talked about also, since we're all together with them, we can certainly visit with them about how we have maintenance agreements with them and how the future should go in that regard. And, you know,
Yeah,
utilization.
we haven't had a good discussion on that for several years now.
Yeah, so it'd be a great opportunity.
Work together.
And that should do it.
Oh, Bill, I forgot too, but I see in your report, that was, good luck to the new owners of the laundromat, and don't forget Darlin Bakery had their soft opening today. And, yeah, I'll get in there, I've heard some great things about their stuff in there already. From some of my favorite people have already told me how wonderful it is.
Yeah, it's great to see smaller businesses, new businesses coming to Stewartville. We got to meet the owners last night with the city center folks. For the laundromat, they're gonna do a complete rehab of the whole thing, top to bottom, freshen it all up, new equipment and everything. And then, of course, with Darlin Bakery opening today, with the soft opening, and I think grand opening coming up in another week here or so. But boy, was it busy today.
Yeah, it was.
Traffic started in right away when they opened and kept going till
We closed.
closed, yeah, so.
All right, great. Thank you, Bill. Finance Director Carly, you got a report for us?
I do. So the auditors will be on site on the 14th of March. We've got everything ready to go for them. The other thing is I've been working with Jake Flynn on some swimming pool things. We are looking at doing some cameras around the pool, 2 in the front, 3 in the back, and 1 in the concession stand. The cameras will record 24/7 and have 1 week of retention. There'll be 1 in the front that kind of looks to point towards the road to get license plates, and then to also do the front parking lot. And we wanted to make sure that the concession stand was covered as well. And we worked with Dave to get the type of cameras that we needed to get that will do all the coverage on that. As well as we are looking at doing Wi-Fi equipment that will link from the fire department. So then we can have these cameras in place and this footage in place to use all year round when there's stuff going on, as well as there'll be extra ports that'll be available, so if the fire department would like to add and put some cameras there, they would have the ability to do that, because this equipment would hold that as well. Also, we have been went out to the Dairy Queen one day and worked with Ryan to see his POS system and what that could do for us. And down at the pool, we were able to find a nice discounted rate because we ordered before the end of February for 2 POS systems with a router and a tap to pay. So we'll have the ability to do a lot more at the pool there for both the concession stand and the front desk.
Any questions for Carl? I guess I am getting old. I remember the only place that needed cameras 24/7 surveillance was on prisons. Now we gotta have it everywhere. It's getting pretty sad.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The investments we have in this stuff, I guess we gotta do whatever we can to protect it.
And we just figured it'd be a nice safety things too. You've got kids that are on bikes and walking and doing things in case you have somebody come back and say, well, my child came to the pool and they didn't show up, or something happened to that effect. It gives us the ability to try to help out law enforcement as well with any of that stuff too.
All right. Thanks, Carl. Public Works Director, Sean Hale.
Just a quick update on the amphitheater. The electrical, they did get it, and it says 2 weeks in here, they did show up Monday this week. So they should be about wiped out with everything with electrical in there, and partitions going up, and we should be pretty much done out there. We are having, the floor is gonna be done in the spring as soon as the weather cooperates with the poly flooring in there. Other than that, it's taking shape and coming along.
Have they said how is lead and copper report going? Is it getting people coming back in with their stuff?
I think they thought at one point last week, they said they thought we were 30-some% probably returned.
Their table got theirs in?
Minnesota Rural Water is saying, or the state said that they only expect kind of like 50% is what they're expecting to get back. So we're doing fine.
And they are planning on making phone calls starting next week to try to get to more people as well.
Call them first. No excuse. Any questions for Sean? But you were worried about getting the lawnmowers out there, weren't you?
Mate, it's supposed to be 60s this weekend.
Yeah. After it gets done being 15, though. All right, you and the guys are doing great, and tell them thanks. Let's see, that'll take us right to the city engineer. Jenna, you got anything else to tell us?
No report.
No good, bad, nothing?
You know, project took a lot of my time.
All right, well, thanks for putting all the hard work into it. Let's see, no fire chief, library directors, Nate here? Nate, there he is. You're up, Nate.
All right, above and beyond what's in my report, if you do stop at Darlin's, one of the things that you may notice is they have a history of the building wall and local history. That wall was, the documents on there were compiled by our own Sarah Shramick. So she went through the database we've compiled in the Stewartville Star and found all those articles. Looks great. So big shout out to her. She's also become one of Selco's ebook selectors. So we have a little bit more control over a large budget for ebooks in our library system, which is fun. Then the last thing I have is the library received for our capital project to expand the library, a Bremer grant of $100,000 with a $50,000 matching grant. That is to be matched with individual donations, so $1 from an individual will be matched up to $50,000, dollar for dollar for Bremer. People who want to make those donations, if there are people in your life who want to do that, please have them contact us. That can be multi-year donations, so like $200 a year for 5 years would count as a $1,000 donation. And we are running them through Selco's 501c3, so it'll be tax deductible.
Perfect. We'll get the word out, Nate.
Thank you.
Katie's Cupcake Social.
Yep. Yeah, we're working on a cupcake social at the library too.
Sounds great. Anything else for Nate? Questions? Nothing? All right, Nate, thank you very much.
You bet.
No pool director tonight? No fire chief. Committee commission board. Chamber of Commerce. Nothing in my packet. Al, you got anything you want to throw out?
They have that job fair coming up April 3rd.
Oh,
So
cool.
if any businesses in town wanna participate in that, let them know.
Okay, thanks, Al. EDA, HRA. Let's see, we got a meeting next week, don't we? No. When is our meeting?
Third Tuesday of the month.
What month are we in?
There's no meeting until March.
Oh, it's that leap year screwing me up, that's what it is. Every 4 years I get kind of goofed up. Goes me out of whack. Finance?
Nothing right now.
That's right, see, I'm out of whack. This is what happens when you lose a week of your life.
Lose it.
You just can't get it back. Library,
We met last week, met the new library board members, talked a little bit about the expansion project. Other than that, we're just only thunder on the good news with the grants. So,
We also did the annual report, and we'll be able to share that with the council at the March meeting.
you got a couple new, good members on board too. didn't you?
4 of them, yeah, great.
Good. Park board,
Nothing.
personnel,
Minutes are in there, we had our interviews and had a new hire, so.
yeah, you've been busy, haven't you? Good for you. Planning and zoning. Nothing coming up that I know of. Public safety,
Nothing to update, yeah, we had the community awareness, we had like 50 to 60-ish people supposedly. I didn't count, someone else did. It went good, we tried recording it all so we could ship it out places, but for some reason just the Q&A got clipped, I don't know why, but next year we'll have it so we can probably share it on Facebook or something of the sorts, just for the people that don't make it that are curious. But that's all I have to say.
Thanks, Justin. Public Works. Ready?
On a report,
Roll call.
they meet tomorrow, so.
Transit Advisory Committee.
No report.
Oh, jeez. Well, no communications. Anyone wanna use the old mic? Who's gonna take this last motion to
I can't
adjourn?
do it without Craig.
I'll make a motion.
We got the motion. We got a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?